But here's the problem. When you get into the style, when you get into the idea of working with the word problem, what a lot of you guys do is that, unfortunately, you guys were never taught the right way to do these things. Wording.
No,
And what I want you guys to see is that they're not freakishly scary, okay? Freakishly scary is Izzy. Sorry. I was pretty scared. All right, that was mean. It's more like hope. Oh no, I'm sorry, Ben. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I feel like it's calling. Nah, I'm thinking Caleb dancing.
So, what happens here a lot of times, especially in the Algebra 2 stuff when you're looking at a word problem, what you're going to wind up seeing is that they're usually going to give you some weird-looking model. And what I mean by the models, I mean they're going to give you some crazy-looking equation, and they're going to ask you a whole bunch of words, and it's going to freak you out because, oh no, this is a math class, there are no letters in math. There's I, yes, you're right. Yeah, we put the fun in functions, right? There's also a little FU in functions as well, but that's okay.
That's more like it.
But bump. Thanks. You don't get this kind of humor other places, I think. Yeah, we're weird. What I want you to understand, though, is as we continue to go on, a lot of the stuff that we're going to look at is the word problems. It's just they're on par with the same style that you're already working with. But in essence, they're actually easier. And the reason that they're easier is because you're just using your calculator. And you need to understand what information are you trying to find. Now, we've done a few of these things back with quadratics, where you were solving for something and you had to find in your table. 9 times out of 10, you're looking for where something occurs in a table. Because the table in a graphing calculator allows you to find the solutions. Now, when some of you guys take your ACT this year, there's going to be problems that you don't know how to solve. But if you know how to put it into the y equals part of your calculator, you're going to get a function and you're going to get answers. If you know how to search for the right answer, you can do the work. Now, in something like this, they're giving this crazy model about something, exports, whatever. So we're shipping things overseas. You can see that it's a cubic function with a negative coefficient, which means you know what the graph is going to look like. What's the graph going to look like? Right. Fine. We're okay with that. Now, when you get into it more, they're saying that where the value of t is all the numbers, the number of years since 1980. Okay? You weren't born yet. That's fine. In what year did the total exports equal about $312 billion? Okay? What that means is, where does this equal 312.76-ish? All you do is you go to your calculator. You go to your y equals, and you put in that funky looking model. It's negative point, help me. 131.
X cubed.
And then
Plus 5.
Well, that's cool.
Tx
Is that
squared
Mm-hmm.
plus minus
okay.
23.
Wait, is it plus or is it minus?
minus? Yeah.
23.2.
Plus or minus.
Well played. Minus.
23.2x plus
Okay, wait, calm down.
233.
Jeez.
233.
All right, now, right off the bat, you're looking at this graph. You know that the tails are going like that, like a negative slope would. But you also know that there's going to be at least 2 changes of direction. It's doing this. But we also know that it crosses the y-axis where? 233. And how did you know that?
Does it plus 233?
Because the plus 233. So I know this is going to occur. All right? So it's just some crummy looking function that you know what it's going to look like off the top of your head. There's going to be some change of direction, blah, 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 blah. I don't really care what it looks like, to be honest with you. I mean, I could reset my graph to show it a little bit. Notice I'm going to go back and forth into the table function a lot of time, or the windows, to help adjust my graphs. Sometimes it's easier for you guys to visualize what that is, but you have to remember how to change your windows. If you want to search to see what the graph looks like. Y minimum, we'll just do 300. I'm just doing 300 by oops. I don't even know if the graphs can completely show up, so yeah, whatever. It's something along these lines, but do I even need to look at the graph to answer the problem? No. What do I look at? All right. So I look at my table, and I'm looking for the value of y to wind up equaling, what was it, 312?
312.76.
312.7 something. So as I'm scrolling through, you see how it jumps between 302 to 336?
Yeah.
What happens somewhere between 302 and 336? 312, right? So somewhere around 8 years later?
8.3 years later.
So what is 8 years later than 1980?
1988.
Wait, I thought you had to be billions. Wait.
This is in billions. And this is the idea here. It says that this is 312 billion.
Oh.
You don't have to continually scroll to look for 312 billion. It's 312.76 billion. So it's 312 billion, 760 million somethings.
Wait.
Yes.
What's these? How do you know
Remember, what you're looking at here is your t is years. That's like your x's. Your x's are changing each consecutive year, and it's cranking out a value. It's cranking out a value of your export. How much money was being exported?
So it's just like, it can't change if it's like dependent.
Yeah, it's kind of like dependent. It's very, usually whatever's in the function here is your x value. It's spitting out a y. That's how you think about that one. So as I'm looking at this, one second, guys. Let me just pull this in here. We're looking for it to happen somewhere about 312. Do you have to say 8.3? Call you Leaf Williams for that. He used to do that all the time to drive me nuts. Well, it's actually, if it's, I find the average too, and I set it up that way. It happened on June 2nd at about 7:30 at night. Leave me out of my classroom.
If we get the year right and put the rest of that on a test, it's 7:30 at night. So.
No, because you're just wasting time. You're wasting my time, and I feel stupid now. No. Hey, you were asking something earlier, though.
Yeah, why do we even draw the graph? Or what way it was going, why do we even need it?
What I'm saying is that when you're looking at these visuals, I mean, you know visually what it's going to look like, but does it matter? Okay. It really doesn't. Yes, it is.
So obviously it's 8.
It's 8-ish. Because it's asking you, but look at what you're looking at. In what year were the total exports about? It happened somewhere between 8 and 9 years after 80.
Years.
So somewhere in 1988 it occurred. Okay?
So you just add 8 to 9.
Yes.
So whatever you do with the window setting doesn't even matter.
Not really, unless you want to see, unless there is a, sometimes they're going to ask you for where like a maximum might occur. And then that's when you want to mess with your window to find that. And we did that with parabolas, if you recall. All right? Now, let's see, 1980. I started 8th grade. 88. I started 8th grade.
What grade?
That's a long time ago.
88.
So were you like 12 or 13?
I don't know.
I was,
Or 13 or
No,
14?
you're 14.
I was 13.
I started 8, so then 2 years ago.
I was in 8th.
Math is strong. So here's what I want you guys to do. Wrong one. This is out of section 6 something.
6 something.
6, 7. What I want you guys to do tonight is I've got some real basic review stuff. I gave up. Why bother counting?
Wait, is that our homework?
This is some review things, but I want you to look at some of those word problems too here. Excuse me. There's a couple of word problems I'd like you guys to take a look at. What I gave you here was some review stuff from the chapter. It's kind of like what I'm looking at as far as the test is concerned. When we get into the word problem stuff, this is about as complex as these things would be as well. The answers for this worksheet are on the last page. Okay? So the answers for all this stuff is on the last page. There shouldn't be anything where you're going to get all tied up that you go, oh no, I don't know what I'm doing. All right? But use that last sheet to do a couple of these word problems. That way you can write your answers down. We can check them later. The word problems are on page 370. And what was, we just did 55. So do 56. 377 is.
Whoa, what's that?
Line is broken.
What?
And then it's, so this is section 6.6 and 6.7, which is pretty much.
Wait, so are we supposed to do this? Or
So guys, I'm giving you 5 word problems, and then this is all review, okay? You got 5 word problems, and then all this is review. Now, I will tell you one thing. When it comes down to the review stuff, I leave it up to you to do it. I don't collect review stuff. I never have. Especially in the Algebra 2 class, because it's kind of up to you to be your own facilitators. When it gets to the word problems, we'll go over those again on Monday and look at them. You guys got plenty of time in class to get those done. I'll walk around and help you guys out. Miss Izzy.
If this whole back page is blank, can we just do the rest of it?
That's what I was suggesting. That way you save a tree.
Yeah, I see.
All right? Go ahead and get started on that. And remember, when you're working with the word problem, guys, just read it carefully. And like I said, 9 times out of 10, you're just looking at the graph of the table to figure something out.
So are we writing the answer then on it?
Yeah, just write the answer in the back of that. We'll check it on Monday.
Collect this stuff?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, leave it up to you guys.
Even the word problem?